Hello and welcome, this is Major General, and today we bring you a 3v3 of online Napoleon Total War. So I have here with me my two companions, and I'll let them introduce themselves.
Hey, it's the Doctor. Oncoming storm if you want. I'm in the centre of the battlefield and I'll be taking on the Austrian.
Hi, I'm Paul. I'm General West on Steam, and I'm at the far left of the battlefield, taking on France.
Okay, so we're all playing as Britain, and I am the opposing force to the Prussian. The Doctor, which is in the centre, is taking on the Austrian, and Paul, which is on the far left flank, is taking on the French. So Paul, do you want to give a lowdown of your opponent's army?
Basically he has got, I can find him, he's got lots of Sorciers, which are light infantry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. About 10 line infantry.
And say, we're amateurs at this, just so you know. That's why he's all the time.
About 2 cav. 1 Marshal Salute, which I think is the 9-star general, and 2 6-inch howitzers.
Okay, now Chris, if you'd like to give an overview of your opponent's army.
Yep, they've got, well, we've got several different line units, ranging from the Archduke Charles Legion, Hungarian Fusiliers, and German Fusiliers, with, can't pronounce that word, Grenzers. I'd just like to point out, at this time when they started using their artillery, I was swearing at everyone in the battlefield. I get really angry when campers use artillery.
So, massacre. General, oh, just saw his general nearly get killed. And he lost 1 artillery.
I was crying at this point, by the way.
He was threatening to leave. So I suggest you quell the rebellion as soon as possible when this does happen. Okay, so now my opponent, on his right flank, he has 2 units of cuirassiers. He has a rubbish unit of Landwehr. He has several units of Prussian Fusiliers in his front. And he has, sorry, not several, he has many. He has about 7 actually, and behind that he has 5 units of musketeers. I said about the cuirassiers, and then he also has 2 units of 12-pounder foot artillery with 2 cuirassiers on his left flank, and of course the general. And I am slowly advancing on the right flank with 3 units of light foot, 2 units of King's German Legion of light foot. On my left flank I have a foot, 2 Highland foot. In my centre I have a Connaught Rangers, a King's German Legion of foot, and another King's German Legion of foot. And on my right flank I have 2 units of Highland foot and a foot unit. In my rear I have 1 unit of 15th Hussars, 2 Light Dragoons, and 1 unit of King's German Legion of Light Dragoons, and of course my general staff. Okay, so on the left, Paul, do you want to explain what you've been doing?
Well, I've been advancing with my 5 light infantry, which are light foot. I have 4 normal foot, which are basic line infantry, and I have 4 Highland foot. For my cavalry, I've got 4 dragoons and 1 15th Hussar, and of course my general staff.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll go ahead and tell you what I've got. I've got 2 King's German Legion Light Dragoons and Light Dragoons. I've got a foot guard, 42nd Foot, also known as Black Watch, and quite a few of regular line infantry or regular foot, with 2 light foot. And the best general there is, Arthur Wellesley.
Yes.
With 2 units of 5-inch howitzers, I kept trying to get their artillery in range. And there came a point where I was so close. I got so I really lost.
He lost
My
it,
temper.
basically.
Oh, nuts.
Okay, so now we have the Austrian cav rushing Paul's right flank. Now, luckily, this Lightfoot gets like half a volley off, which then halts the Uhlans into doing severe damage, and the foot get a volley off, but still he gets a charge in. But I'm not really that sure why their charge didn't go that well. It kind of stopped as soon as
Just,
they...
I don't know actually. I just think Britain's awesome, you know. See this?
Okay, and he has 2 Highland foot on his right flank to prevent any
Advancing
other
up.
charge, and the line infantry is just firing away.
If we look to
And
well,
in my
Paul's being
centre I've
attacked
got...
multiple times here by the Austrians on the right flank and the French near centre.
Basically, I'm just getting charged by all directions by Cav.
Chris, where were you talking about?
On the right flank, he's being attacked by the Austrians, and towards the left flank, the French.
Oh yes.
I just
So
like to say
basically-
Paul is being a bit stupid here, and he's actually shooting his Lightfoot with his Highland foot.
And of course, he has 45 Lightfoot running off the battlefield.
Oh well, I
Okay,
think
so-
I lose 2 units off this charge. which
Now
is-
let's zoom over to my flank. On my left, I am trying to turn the Austrians' flank by sending in a Highland foot, a foot unit, and 1 unit of normal foot. Now, and by doing this, I have turned the Grenzers and Jaegers, and it's kind of a massacre. Well, it's not really a massacre, but it's a mistake on his part, because he's using the manual click where you actually click on the unit, when in Napoleon and Empire you should be dragging your unit across a
Stretch of
section,
land.
yeah, stretch of land. And my Lightfoot
I'd just
got a
like
nice...
to drag your attention to their artillery, where I just completely smashed them with mine. And I tell you what, I've never been so happy with this game when I saw that happen.
And now I quickly rush in one of my cavalry units, a King's German Legion of Light Dragoons, from the flank, and I've engaged this Jaeger unit. I then quickly move it on to this Grenzer unit, as this Jaeger unit was short to be routed. And now I think, well, after this Grenzer, I reinforce it. Well, actually, let's get over here to my Lightfoot. I made them into basically a tight formation where they have a concentrated area of fire, but there's the maximum effect. So you basically leave no one standing in that vicinity that they fired. And there's one downside to it: if a cavalry unit charges it, it does get massacred. Which is just
I'd like you to pull over to the left flank and watch the Lightfoot being hammered by canister shots from the French.
Yeah. Yeah, this is just the typical basic camp run in this game. It's the downside to it, really.
Okay, so now I'm sending in the reinforcements of cavalry, and they're charging into the remaining skirmishers that have turned their flank, and I've got my 2 units of line infantry, one which is a Highland foot, holding back these cavalry, and my other Lightfoot have repelled an attack of Landwehr and pushed back their musketeers and some of the Prussian fusiliers, whilst keeping my main army of line infantry in the centre. And I have also reinforced my left flank with these 2 units of elite units, 42nd Foot, the Black Watch, and the Connaught Rangers. And unfortunately my cavalry is just stationary for the moment. Didn't notice that. And this is when Chris goes...
If you take a look at the Austrian artillery, the left side, for some reason he didn't actually pick up his artillery, because it's in full functional order, but he didn't actually re-equip it, and his...
Oh yes, you see that unit that's just routing now? That unit charged in from the flank, how these units are doing now. They charged in and took out the cavalry there. Sorry, the artillery there.